But I'ma tell you like this, when I saw that, I think T.I. fucking lying.
Tell me. It been 20 years, bro. It been 20 years. I figure if I wasn't built like that, it'll show by now. It been 20 years, bro. I done faced every challenge motherfucker that like to throw at me, man. You ain't seen me fold, you ain't seen me break down.
King Harris is back in the headlines, and this time, the drama's even wilder. Forget the Waffle House fights or missed court dates. His baby mama just lit up social media after allegedly dropping what people are calling a leaked gay tape. And before the smoke even cleared, Boosie jumped in, clowning T.I. for the way he raised his son. Real or fake, the internet doesn't care, because King's sexuality has been debated for years. Some say he always moved a little different. Others claimed the baby was nothing but a cover-up. Now this so-called tape is pouring fuel on every old rumor. From whispers that he might not even be the real dad, to talk that his baby mama secured the bag on purpose, to claims that he's been fronting a gangster lifestyle he never lived. And Boosie stirring the pot made the whole thing explode.
I live with my grandma. You know, we'll go to the house on like a weekend. They'll say, hey, we shooting today. We need y'all at the house. They'll come get me from my grandma's house. And right after we done, when the cameras go off, I'm right back to my grandma's house.
That's where things took a turn. Instead of clowning King, Boosie aimed straight at T.I., making it clear this wasn't just internet gossip anymore. It was turning into a full-blown feud. Suddenly, all the rumors were back in play. Paternity doubts, cover-up theories, King's shaky street image, his public meltdowns, and Boosie twisting all of it into a weapon to embarrass T.I. even before the alleged tape hit the blogs. People were already questioning whether King was truly the father of his child. The side-eyes started the moment the pregnancy was announced. First, red flag, she's older than him. Comment sections instantly filled with lines like, girl, you knew exactly what you were doing. Then came the clip that went viral, King, his baby mama, and their newborn. That's when the money talk began. Critics swore she only got pregnant to lock down the Harris name, the fame, and the money. And when the baby finally arrived, instead of silencing the noise, the chatter only got louder with posts saying, he doesn't even look like King.
But what I'm saying is, they wasn't.
You can talk like that outside.
Hey, I can talk how the fuck I want to wherever I'm at. I'm on live, Shawty. Stop talking to me. Stop talking to me. This ain't your fucking restaurant. This ain't your fucking restaurant. Everything you make, I can pull out my pocket right now. I ain't tripping on you. I ain't tripping. Get the hell out of my face. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. Who the hell is he? What's your name?
What's your name?
My name King. You know it and your mama know it. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. File your shit.
Come back.
What? On game what? On game what? Come here. Come here. I'll show you what I do. Come here. I'll show you what I do. Come here. Come here. Come on.
Some people argued King was just rushing to prove his manhood. That's when King clapped back online, calling the baby his twin and insisting they looked exactly alike. He even posted side-by-side pictures with the caption, "Y'all can't tell me this ain't mine." But here's the twist. The harder King tried to convince everyone, the less people believed him. And it wasn't just about the baby. For years, whispers about his sexuality have followed him around. So when the pregnancy news dropped, fans immediately thought, he's just trying to prove something now, with this alleged tape floating around. The same critics are saying this was the plan all along, that King used a baby to silence the rumors. That's when the conversation shifted. While people dragged him over the paternity drama, others pointed out this wasn't even the first time he was accused of putting on a show. For years, critics have said King has been role-playing a gangster lifestyle, talking tough, jumping into beefs, acting like he came straight from the trenches. But the reality is, this boy grew up with T.I. and Tiny, surrounded by money, privilege, and plenty of time at his grandma's house.
Well, I mean, of course I spoke with my son. You know, me and his uncles. You know, we were perplexed by his necessity to go back and forth with the short order cook. I didn't understand why he felt he needed to stop what he was doing to engage someone who was at such another level of life. And I had to explain to him that, you know, when people are not living the way they hope they would live, and here you is walking in with so much freedom and luxury, and you know people gonna posture themselves a certain way. So therefore, you're gonna have to enjoy your life. You're gonna have to remove yourself from that energy and go enjoy your life.
And there's nothing wrong with that, but let's be real. It doesn't exactly scream I grew up in the struggle. Even King himself admitted he used to live with his grandma, which is why so many people don't buy the whole street persona. So every time he jumps online yelling about being from the hood, the comments flood in. Be serious. Critics say he's been forcing a tough guy image to hide the fact that deep down, he doesn't fit that role. It's like he's fighting two battles at once, trying to prove he's a father and a man, while also convincing the world he's this hardened gangster. But instead of making him look strong, the performance just makes his spiral look worse. Things only got louder when those Waffle House videos blew up. King on camera arguing with employees. Loud, aggressive, and threatening. The internet couldn't believe T.I. and Tiny's son was out here losing it over fast food. The craziest part? The very next day, T.I. went live, admitting even he didn't understand why his son would go back and forth with a short order cook. He said he and King's uncle had to sit him down, reminding him he's living a life most people dream of. So why lower himself by arguing with people just trying to do their jobs?
If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any of my questions or make any statements. So my question to you is, I found just a non-felony in that ashtray in the back, as well as in that basketball sleeve. So I'm gonna go over here and talk to these guys, and someone has to get charged with it. It's not.
I'm not talking.
You're not gonna talk to me? I gotcha. You have any questions for me?
No.
You need anything to go with you?
My phone.
Your phone? Where's your phone at?
In the car.
We're in the car.
Search me.
I'm not looking for phones, I'm looking for drugs and guns.
But clearly that advice didn't stick, because King's name kept popping up in headlines for all the wrong reasons. The biggest blow came when his arrest footage leaked online, showing exactly what went down in Georgia back in 2024, cops said. King nearly crashed into a squad car while pulling out of a gas station. Officers claimed they smelled weed pouring out of his BMW, and to make matters worse, he had a gun strapped to his hip. When they ran his info, they found out he was still carrying a warrant from way back in 2022 tied to speeding, driving with a suspended license, and even a DUI. He was supposed to show up in court but never did. So that warrant was just waiting to catch up with him. The video shows police dragging King out, cuffing him, and hauling him straight to county jail. And while he didn't act out in the footage, people were stunned at how calm he stayed through the whole thing. But the internet wasn't giving him a pass. For them, this arrest was just more proof his life was spiraling out of control. And if you watch the full clip, you even see King Harris being read his rights right there on the spot.
I gotta say something about this, bro. Dwayne Wade, you gone too fucking far, dog. That is a male. A 12-year-old. At 12, they don't even know what their next meal gonna be. They don't have it figured out yet. He might meet a woman, anything at 16 and fall in love with her. But his be gone. How you gon' like, bro, you going too far, dog. Don't cut his off, bro. Like, bro, for real. If he gonna be gay, let him be gay. But don't cut his off, bro.
By that point, fans weren't just calling him reckless, they were convinced the spiral itself was a cover-up. The Waffle House fights, the skipped court dates, the arrest footage to them, it all looked like a smokescreen, as if King was trying to bury deeper rumors he couldn't shake. And then things exploded again. Because the moment that alleged tape started making rounds, guess who jumped in? Boosie. Instead of sitting quiet, he allegedly started clowning T.I., sliding in slick comments about how his son ended up in this mess. And people instantly clocked it. The shade wasn't really aimed at King, it was aimed straight at T.I. himself. That's what made it messy. This wasn't just gossip anymore, it was personal shots. And don't forget, Boosie isn't some random voice in hip-hop. He's built a reputation off controversial takes, especially when it comes to sexuality. This is the same man who had to publicly apologize to his daughter Iona after making homophobic remarks about her being gay. He jumped on Instagram with an apology, tried to backpedal, but everyone knew he meant it the first time. So when he inserted himself into King's drama, the internet snapped back immediately.
I ain't one of you niggas who done been to the penitentiary before, man. What happened when a motherfucker say somebody ain't right and they goddamn show their paperwork and they is right? What's the penalty for that? Can somebody tell me what is that punishable by? Somebody tell me that. See, most of you motherfuckers ain't never been in no trouble, motherfuckers ain't never been nowhere. Anybody tell me. It been 20 years, bro. It been 20 years. I figure if I wasn't built like that, it'll show by now. It been 20 years, bro. I done faced every challenge motherfucker that like to throw at me, man. You ain't seen me fold, you ain't seen me break down yet. Matter of fact, I come out smelling too good, the way you nigga think something wrong.
Fans were quick to call out the hypocrisy, saying, "Isn't this the pot calling the kettle black? You've got your own family scandals and reckless comments to clean up, yet here you are clowning another man's kid." And the kicker, Boosie's not exactly in the clear himself. He just cut a plea deal on gun charges, and if anything goes sideways, he could be right back behind bars. So the fact that he's out here trolling T.I. while his own situation is shaky told people one thing: this wasn't just gossip, it was personal. And truth is, T.I. and Boosie's so-called friendship had been shaky for a while. To understand why Boosie jumped into the mix, you've got to rewind the timeline of their beef. It really started when Boosie made headlines for trashing Dwayne Wade's daughter after she came out as transgender. Here's the clip that lit the fire. Boosie talking reckless about Wade's child. The internet dragged him for being but one of the loudest voices against him was none other than T.I., who hopped on Instagram telling Boosie to mind his business and stop worrying about another man's kids. That moment planted the seed for everything that came after.
With the T.I. situation, if he did that, you're a fucking rat too. I don't spare no motherfucking body. Because if you doing anything wrong, you doing anything criminal-wise, and you cooperate with law enforcement to get you out of trouble, that means you're cooperating, that means you're a rat.
Just months later, things went from bad to worse when Boosie threw shade back at T.I., straight up calling him a snitch over his old federal gun case. T.I. fired back, saying he'd never let anyone disrespect his family, making it clear he wasn't afraid to go head-to-head with Boosie. From there, the tension never cooled. Every few months a new spark would set them off, and fans could tell they were always one comment away from going full-on public beef. So when the alleged King Harris tape hit the blogs, nobody was shocked Boosie used it as ammo against T.I. He didn't even have to come at King directly. His slick jabs at T.I.'s parenting cut deeper because it felt like he was saying, "Check your own house before you check mine." And the internet ate it up, turning the whole mess into a trending shade war. But here's the twist. Boosie's words carried weight because he already had history calling T.I. out. Suddenly, it wasn't even about whether the tape was real or fake. The spotlight shifted to T.I. himself. Fans started dragging up his past scandals, the family drama, and whispers about his reputation as a father. Overnight, it wasn't just King under the microscope, it was the entire Harris legacy. T.I. wasn't about to let that slide. He jumped online defending his son, saying no matter what's floating around, King is his blood and he'll stand by him. But instead of calming the fire, the internet twisted his defense into more memes, painting him as desperate while Boosie laughed from the sidelines. The irony made things even messier. Boosie, with his own legal problems and family drama, suddenly acting like the parenting police, and social media roasted both sides. Some said Boosie needs to mind his own business, while others joked, T.I. talking about family values. That's rich. What made it even wilder is that T.I. and Boosie weren't always enemies. They used to collaborate, show love, and respect each other. But now, every new headline about King just gives Boosie another excuse to dig the knife in deeper. And every time T.I. responds, the feud only grows. With King's image already shaky, the drama between T.I. and Boosie has turned into a full-blown spectacle. Every rumor, every old clip, every shady comment gets dragged back into the spotlight, which leaves the big question: will this feud ever cool down, or is it just getting started? From there, it snowballed. By that summer, Boosie blasted T.I. over how he parented his daughter, especially that infamous moment when T.I. admitted he once took her to the gynecologist. Boosie called him controlling and out of pocket. T.I. clapped back quick, saying Boosie was the last man who should be giving parenting advice. After that, the shots kept flying: family drama, street cred, even more snitch accusations. It was obvious by then. This wasn't rat beef, it was personal. For a brief moment, it looked like things cooled down. Both men went online, claiming they'd moved forward and there was no real issue. But by 2023, the feud flared back up when Boosie accused T.I. of not standing by him during his legal mess. T.I. fired back, saying he was done babysitting and didn't owe loyalty to someone who constantly disrespected him. Fast forward to now, and it all makes sense. Boosie inserting himself into King's scandal wasn't random. It wasn't clout chasing. It was the perfect chance to jab T.I. where it hurt most: his family. Once that alleged tape started circulating, the internet wasted no time tearing King apart. The comments were brutal. One person wrote, "He was always weird looking to me. Too bad he took after Tiny and not T.I." And that cut deep, because people have been clowning King's looks since he was little. Another viral comment compared him to Sideshow Bob from The Simpsons. Memes flooded timelines, dragging him harder than ever. But the line that really lit the fire was, "King about to be queen." That comment flipped the whole situation upside down. because it didn't just clown his image, it reignited all the speculation about his sexuality. At the end of the day, the truth is clear. The bad blood between T.I. and Boosie never really died. It just went underground, waiting for the right moment to explode again. And right now, King Harris is stuck in the crossfire. If you're still locked in, you already know what to do. Smash that like button, drop a comment, hit subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you never miss the tea. Catch you in the next one.